July
No.
29th.
August 30th.
What is that? August 30th?
July?
It's June 30th. June 30th. Bro, we're like 2 months behind.
So a few months ago, I committed to my friend Matt to do a 30-day no caffeine challenge. No coffee, no tea, no chocolate, not even any decaf coffee because of the small residual amount of caffeine.
I'm gonna lose all my productivity. I'm gonna get nothing done this month. So that's actually gonna be the real test. It's like, can I actually get shit done? Are you worried about that?
Yeah. Matt made an amazing video of it for his channel, and he asked me some questions about coffee and what coffee meant to me, and I responded in a way that was honest, but I think I was leaving out a lot of how I was feeling because it felt a little bit personal and I just couldn't really articulate it at the time. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to explain some of that.
Go again. Go ahead. No, go back. Dump it all out and then come in.
If you happen to come here from Matt's channel, welcome to the party. My name's Chris. I own a coffee roasting company with two of my best friends. This channel started as a way to teach people about specialty coffee, but over the course of us opening our business and the journey that that's led us on, it's become a little bit more than that. It's really kind of a place to discuss things around culture, around the journey of starting your own business and a lot of the emotions that go along with that. And it's been kind of this two-way therapy thing. It's really cathartic for me to express these feelings to you, but also I'm just kind of sharing the journey and hope that other people can learn from some of the mistakes I've made. And if you're going through some of these things yourself, you don't have to screw up as much as I did, you know? We can just leapfrog this whole situation. So if you're interested in coffee or just want to be a better person today than you were yesterday, I think you're in the right place. If you subscribe, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at you. We can be homies. If not, we're still homies, dude. Love you. I'm kind of tripping, honestly. My energy levels feel really evened out. I don't really want to f them up.
I'm so happy for you right now. Look at that color combo right there, man.
This is actually decaf because the first cup of coffee got me fucking jacked, dude. The story of what coffee means to me is really a story of me finding myself, me finding a place where I fit in. I've always been kind of a loner. I distinctly remember 4th grade, just kind of wandering around the playground at recess just by myself. I spent a lot of time daydreaming. It's always a little socially awkward. I wasn't that friendly guy that would just go up to random people and say what's up. I spent a lot of time in my own head and I felt kind of like a misfit. And coming into junior high, the first time I ever felt like I really found a home was with skateboarding, and at the time how counterculture, it wasn't like it is now. There was no Olympics, there was no street league, there was no Nike involved. It was really, if you were a skateboarder, you were into hip hop or you were a punk, and you know, other parents didn't really want you hanging around their kids. There was something really attractive to that subculture to me because it just seemed really open and it was just so cool, and I loved it. The key to the whole situation with skateboarding was when I was with my skateboard, when I was with my crew, I felt like I could be the most true version of myself. I felt like it was me through and through. It was just undeniably real.
Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LA BB, who we running with, 2 2 3 3, I'm on 10 again, state your name, big dope on flame. I just switched the lanes, damn he did it again. I just flipped the pain, stripping and dipping in bass, slap on everything. Swimming, you shaking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip, I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming, coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LA BB, who we running with, 2 2 3 3, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action. I'm active. If you never heard of it, dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body, bitch. I'm broken.
high school happens, college happens, real life happens. At some point you have to get a job, you have to provide for yourself, you have to make a career, but nothing was feeling good. I waffled in community college a lot. I was on academic probation, then I was on academic dismissal. I begged to get my way back in, finally transferred to 4-year, and I was crushing it. I was on the dean's list every semester, and I was on my way to being a teacher. I was a history major. I was going to be a teacher, and the problem was it didn't feel quite right. It didn't feel the same or anywhere close to what skateboarding felt like. I felt like I was doing it because...
Is this like you getting back into the coffee game and how it's gonna work?
Kind of.
When I started working in my first coffee shop, there was something really refreshing about the energy of being behind the bar. It was almost like you were kind of in charge of creating your own world. I felt a similar feeling to I had with skateboarding. Not quite as intense. Nothing's as cool as skateboarding. Let's just get that out of the way, okay? Let's not make any crazy claims. But it was another place where I felt like I could be myself. I could dictate the show. I could say things to people behind the bar that I would never say in real life. I could have these amazing conversations and connect with people in a way that I couldn't outside the bar, and that was really empowering for me. It's like I found another place, a place where I could actually be an expert, and I hadn't found that or felt that in any other job that I'd done that you could actually theoretically turn into a career. It's interesting to talk about the sense of empowerment that came from being behind the bar in cafes, because now that's absolutely none of my day-to-day, and I have a whole different set of things that I'm working on, and part of this journey has been me feeling really, really lost and searching to find that new thing, and I don't think I've quite found it yet. I was so excited about coffee, I wanted to share it with everybody. I started a blog that I'm sure nobody was reading, but I wrote it anyway. I just wanted to share this journey of this thing that at the time, specialty coffee was relatively new. I was just so excited about it. I remember one day, I was a senior in college. I had to do one more thing. All I had to do was do my senior thesis. I was sitting in this little breezeway, writing a paper, and I just decided that I'm not gonna do this anymore. It's not gonna work. So I called my mom. I told her that I wasn't gonna finish college. I told her I was gonna move to San Francisco, get a job making fancy coffee at a fancy coffee shop, because that was my dream, because it was one of the only places on earth that, again, made me feel like myself. Mom really wanted me to be an architect. She was pretty bummed. I was gonna ask what you were thinking when I told you that I was gonna drop out of school and go and make coffee.
I was kind of beyond upset, because you always had the brains to do well in school or to do it well everywhere else. I mean, my thought was you should have just finished and then go do what you want. I was like, are you kidding me? It was, I guess, not what I wanted to hear, you know?
If I'm being honest with myself, nothing makes me love coffee more than just the fact that I feel like I found myself in coffee at a time that I was really lost and I was really confused, and it was cool. It was like I could look into my soul and feel like this feels right and I'm gonna do this. Just got done with Friday meeting and we're gonna ball, dude. We're gonna ball.
We're gonna do it with my new tattoo.
Social pressure and expectation comes in a lot of different forms, whether it's pressure from your parents when you're younger, pressure from society through social media or cultural expectations when you're a little bit older, or when you're even older than that, just the pressure of being an adult human, and there's certain things that you have to do to check off the boxes, pay rent, provide for yourself, provide for your family. It's so easy to lose yourself in all of that. We were at this court probably like 5 or 6 years ago, and I snapped my Achilles tendon in half playing some 3-on-3. And ever since then, it's been sketchy to come back. He was there. He told me it was fine. He's like, it's fine. It wasn't fine. And I think it's important to actively seek out areas where you feel the most like yourself. Carve out time to do those things. no matter what, and never forget really what it feels like to be you. So the hardest day of the 30-day no coffee, no caffeine challenge was just me feeling like there was a little slice of myself that just wasn't there because of how empowering coffee was to my life. I felt like there was a little bit of my personality missing, and that was way harder than the headaches, way harder than not being able to focus. It just took a piece of my soul. So what's your safe space? I'd love to hear. Where do you feel most like yourself? Let me know. I want to hear about it. Don't forget about it. Show it to everybody. Get into it. Make it happen. Even if it makes your mom hate you for a little bit. Stay dialed, y'all, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.